What's up, everybody? Just out here, a little bit of a walk, hike, whatever you want to call it. Today's video, I really want to talk about why we're building a homestead and why we want a homestead. Plus, there's quite a few reasons why we want to build a homestead. And there's a lot of stuff we learned from COVID. I think it's safe to say that one of the major things that COVID taught everybody is you can't always depend on the systems that are in place to always be there, right? Prime example, toilet paper. I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty common in COVID for the grocery stores and big box stores to all run out of toilet paper at about the same time. And if you hadn't had some already put back, well, I hope you don't mind using leaves. You know, there's a lot to say about just knowing that you're prepared for whatever situation may arise and that you don't have to worry about your family going without anything that they need. That's one of the big reasons why we want a homestead. Obviously, toilet paper is one of those things where we're not going to be able to make our own toilet paper. At least I'm aware of. Might be something I need to research. But having to worry about someone else providing food for us or having to worry about somebody supplying us water or power are all things that we're thinking about. We want to be as self-reliant as possible so we don't have to worry about the stuff happening and taking that away from us. We'll have our own. So, another reason why. It will ultimately save us some money. It'll keep us from having to spend money at the grocery store. It'll save us money on having to buy a lot of stuff that we could get on our own if we just grew it or raised it on our own. I know that there's exceptions to that rule, right? There's some things that are going to be more expensive to raise and grow than it is to go just buy it from the store. However, in the grand scheme of things, that's not the case, right? We've all seen what inflation has done to the grocery stores and the prices right now and how much it costs. I mean, a trip to the grocery store that used to cost me $100 is $200-300 now. And that's only been in a matter of about 5 years. So what's going to keep happening? I don't know about you, but I don't anticipate that going down anytime soon. And if I can grow that or raise it on our own, it's a no-brainer to me that that's what we should do. Another reason that we're leaning towards building the homestead is we want to teach our kids about responsibility, right? Teaching the kids that responsibility and that knowing where their food actually comes from and what goes into actually having to get it makes them respect it a little bit more and appreciate it a little bit more. It's not going to be something that they take for granted as easily. We want them to grow up knowing that it's not just something you'll pick off a shelf. We want them to know that somebody put in a lot of work to get you this food, and if somebody's going to put in the work, why not be us? You know, on top of the cost-saving benefits, there's also the appreciation that you get and satisfaction that you get for yourself. And knowing that you grew this and that you did this, knowing that your work is providing for your family. Personally, I can't think of anything that would be more satisfying than that. Along the same lines of that is tying into building not just the homestead, but our home. I personally have never built much of anything. I've built small projects here and there. I've done some tile work. I've done stuff like that. But I've never built a home. But we are really leaning towards building our barndominium, having somebody else build the frame. And that's not even given. We may end up doing the frame ourselves as well because we've got access to the tools to be able to do it ourselves. But knowing that we built the home that we're going to be living in, the satisfaction that comes out of that is going to be huge. And also ties into, you know, making the kids appreciate it more because they're going to look back and know, hey, our parents built this. And they're going to love their home even more as they get older because of that. They're going to see the amount of work it took to get it done and to build it. But there's also the side of things of where it's also going to be saving us money by doing that as well. So all this stuff kind of ties in together. It's a list of items, yes, but combined they're the grand scheme of what a homestead is to us and why the whole thing is important. Going back to the financial side of things, it's saving us money by doing a lot of this stuff on our own. It's going to ultimately lead to the biggest reason why we're doing this, which is going to be the freedom. we're going to have the freedom of knowing that everything's paid for. Everything is done by us, and we don't have to have that expense. We'll have the freedom because that'll free us up to do other projects and do other things that we want to do, and we don't have to tie our money up in food in our home. We won't have to tie our money up into things that don't matter as much to us and allow us to do things that really matter. Is all of this going to happen overnight? Absolutely not. We know that. We have a timeline that we're trying to stick to, and it's pretty lofty. Over the next year, our goal is to try to get the frame and walls up of our barndo on our property. We're still trying to figure out where exactly that's going to be, and we'll be making a video on that soon, kind of choosing our location for where we're going to build. And there's lots of things we're taking into consideration, because not only are we wanting to do the barndo, we're wanting to make it completely off-grid, if at all possible. We want to make it so our power is coming from solar, water from a well. It's here where we're at, rainwater collection. We're wanting to do that. So it's going to be a pretty big project and a really tough goal to hit, but we're going to do it together, and it matters so much to us that it's going to be a major priority, and we're going to have to make sacrifices elsewhere for it. And that ties back to why we made this YouTube channel to begin with. We want to document and show everybody else that it's not impossible. If you want to do this, you can absolutely do it. Is it going to suck at times? Is it going to take a lot of work? 100%. But that doesn't make it impossible. You can't be afraid of the work. You can't let the fear keep you from starting. We all start somewhere. So with that being said, that's all I had for you guys today, and we'll see you in the next one.